Okay, good. Welcome to Think+Early TV. Welcome to Think+Early's live Think+Early's YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Barbie. I'm back again today. The new concept. So today I'm going to explain the sweet gray Spider-Man shooting game. So do you know what? I used to get some nightmares, and I have the Avengers Spider-Man with me. And I thought, okay, why can't I make a Spider-Man shooting game? So now I'll show you how to do the Spider-Man game in our Think+Early Scratch. So there is a Spider-Man, and I'm going to press the bullets using the space key. Yes. And then if I shoot a ghost, I get like 125 points. And then if I shoot the skeletons, I get some other 50 points like that. So finally, the score gets increased. The speed, which is shown on there like -2, is the speed of those skeletons and the ghosts which are coming towards the Spider-Man. And I'm moving the Spider-Man using the up arrow and down arrow on my keyboard. Let me shoot those skeletons and the ghosts which are coming towards the Spider-Man. Spider-Man, be safe. Make us safe. There you go. Yes. Oh, unfortunately, the ghost hits the Spider-Man and the game was over. But that's okay. I got a 725 score. Next time, I'll do a better score. Let me come back to here. So today, I'm going to start the journey with a special new topic, types of games. I'll teach what are the different types of games, and then I'll show how to download a transparent background image and how to upload that image in the Scratch and do the project. In the third stop, I'll explain the sensing concept in Scratch, how the sensing blocks work. And finally, I'll show the logic of the Spider-Man shooting game, which I just shown in the demo session. The first step is arrive, the types of games. Yeah, exactly. So there are different types of games in my school. Like my parents used to enroll me in the outdoor games. Like in my school, it is a curriculum. Like each and every year, we need to enroll students in different types of games. One year, my parents enrolled me in the basketball, and the next year in the baseball, another year throwball, another year hockey, and I also won prizes in hockey and baseball. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of my parents. They have joined me in different games and knew all these different games. So there are so many games out there, and there are some different types of sports which we play outdoors. And not only the outdoor games, when we get holidays, when there's no school, like a festival holidays like that, or a weekends, my cousins used to come to my home. And sometimes I used to go to their house also. That times I used to play indoor games with them. Like we used to play puzzles, we used to play chess, we used to play brain meter, like Ludo, caroms, and there are so many other games we used to play with my cousins, and they played with me. We used to be very happy when we played these games, and we used to spend our time wisely. And not only those indoor games, we also used to play some outdoor games like hopscotch and sack race, skipping, hide and seek. And we used to have a lot of fun playing games. And though this is also a good, healthy power to play games indoor and outdoor. So after these games, when we played, we went back to the school, and my teacher asked, "What did you do in the holidays? What are the different types of games you played in the holidays?" Then my friends told to my teacher. So we played hide and seek, we played racing games, we played puzzle, and then I sorted out all the different games told my friends. They played so many games, like racing games. They played shooting, fighting, puzzle, strategy, adventure, sports, survival, simulation. I got a, I got like, oh wow, how could they play all these games? Like, how could they play a simulation game? I just played indoor games and outdoor games, and we just had fun outdoor and indoor. But how could they play? And I asked my friend, "Hey, hi, how did you play the simulation game?" And she said, "We played those games as a video games, either in their father's mobile phone or in the TV. They played these games with friends." Oh, okay. You played these games as a video games? Yes, then I understood. All these indoor games and these outdoor games has become as a video games. And now we can play all these games, like the sports games here. A Subway Surf is a racing game. This is the car simulation game, and there's a shooting game, and all these indoor games has been developed into a form of a video games. And I was very happy. Oh, wow, I can play even after my school. I can play my sports games in the video games. And then I started observing those games. So how that little man is there, like how that surface of a boy is there, and how this little girl with a zombie on her back, and how they are doing those animations, how those games are making. I was wondering how. Then when I was playing a game, I was started observing that game. So first I will show that game to you, and you also observe that game and see what we can see, observe from one game. It's actually a Peppa Pig game.
Hello, Peppa. What else can I? Look, hedgehog. It's a hedgehog. Hedgehog. It's a gorgeous song. Tap ready to help it make a big muddy splash. Not as big as the pig, I suppose. Good move, we got another one. Great. Have a go. See what you can find in the mud.
Exactly. So this is the, and then I found this game so interesting, and I thought I used to watch the Peppa Pig cartoon also. Then I understood they had many different backgrounds for Peppa and how that could happen. And I actually always do my projects, my life events, my birthday party, my scuba diving, all those projects I always do in Scratch. Then I searched in Scratch, can I find this Peppa Pig? Unfortunately not. I couldn't find my Peppa Pig in the Scratch. Then what I did, I went and searched for different Google images in the for the Peppa Pig. Let's see. So the second stop is the transparent images. So why this transparent images came into my mind? It's not my idea, it's my brother's idea. What happened is when I was searching in Google for the Peppa Pig, there are different images which I've had seen in that game or in the cartoons. Like there is a sky background or the garden background or the house background or a chick background. So there are many other backgrounds when I searched in Google Images the Peppa Pig. Then I asked my brother, "Brother, can you please help me to download a good image without any background? As we both are standing here, there's only this blue color background, not some other image. So how can we get that?" I asked. Then my brother explained, "Sister, that is called a transparent background image. What? I asked. He explained in detail like this is a PNG image file that allows you to have no background color. Even I got confused. What is PNG? Then he said portable lithographic. Okay, that's too difficult to me, brother. Please help me. Please help me how to download. Just go and search for me in the Google. Then he said, a transparent background is nothing. In the background pixel allows what's behind it show through. So here I can show you a background which is like pixelated, like white and gray, small, small pixels. So if at all, if I see any image like this, then that is called a transparent background. So then what I did, I went and downloaded this image. And that came like this with black and white dots with this blue color. But this is even not transparent. It is having a black and white dots at the back. Brother, please help me out. I need to understand. I need to get exact Peppa and exact George to do my project. Then he helped me. He told me to search for an image. Then I searched for Peppa Pig, like Peppa George transparent image. Then I should not copy this image, it seems. And I should not right click on this and I should not copy this image. I need to visit their site here. So I visited their site. So after visiting their site, I got many ads on that. I clicked close them and then finally I found this download button. Then I have clicked on that download and it asked me, am I a robot or not? And then I checked, no, I'm not a robot. And finally it downloaded into my system. And I was very happy. My George is there and the Peppa is there. And also I downloaded another image. I'll show you the project. Here we go. This is the Scratch project what I have did. So let's go there and just do in our Think+Early Scratch that project right away. Let me sign in. Then I need to create a project. Now I'm going to upload my Peppa Pig. Cat, bye bye. I don't want you now today. So choose a sprite. I'm not going to click on this cat face. Instead, there is an upload sprite option here. I will choose that image, upload sprite. And then I'm going to take this Peppa. Here you go, Peppa. Oh, see, this Peppa is too big. I want a small Peppa, not this big. So I'm going to resize the Peppa size to 50. Here you go, Peppa. Sit there. Next, let me upload George, little brothers of Peppa. George with his favorite toy, dinosaur. And he is also too big. Let me decrease his size too. That's it. Good. This is good. So let me add a nice backdrop as they are in a room. Change the backdrop. Indoors. And let me find a nice backdrop. Get it loaded. Yes, this is so nice. They're sitting in a room. This is so nice. Yeah. So let me start the conversation. George wants to switch on a fan, it seems. So let me upload a sprite fan. This fan is too big. Let me decrease the size to 50 again. Then put it on the wall here, right here. Good. Now, the uploading sprites are done. It's time to record. Let me change the name of the sprite here. Look, Peppa. Peppa here. And for the George, I'll put the name George instead of the downloader name. George. And this, I'll change it to the fan. There. Next, Peppa and George. First, George says, hello, Peppa. Then flag is clicked. Go to the looks and say, hello for 2 seconds. And then for the Peppa, the same thing, the flag is clicked. And Peppa has to wait for 2 seconds until George speaks first. So wait for 2 seconds and then go to the motions and say, go to the looks and say, hello for 2 seconds. Perfect. And then back to the George. After saying hello, this George has to wait for 2 seconds and say, Peppa, can you please switch on the fan? So I'll use the say block again. and type, Peppa, can you please switch on the fan? See how cutely he's asking Peppa. Then Peppa says, okay. So for that, we need to wait 2 more seconds until George asks the question, and then go to the looks and say, okay. After saying okay, she has to broadcast a message to switch on the fan. Go to the events block, and then let me get a broadcast message. Broadcast message. So a new message like fan. That fan message goes to this fan here, this fan sprite. So when I receive fan, what I should do? The fan should start rotating because we are switching on the fan. For that, in the motions block, we have a code called turn 15 degrees. So if I turn the fan continuously, it keeps turning. So for that, I use a forever clock. Then the project starts. Hello. Hello. Hey, Peppa, can you please switch on the fan? Okay. And then the fan keeps rotating. Let's watch the animation again. The George is saying hello, and the Peppa is saying hello. And finally, as George is asking the question, Peppa says okay. And there you go, the fan is rotating. So we can upload our own images in the Scratch and do wonders, many animations and games. Third stop is sensing concept. So sensing, what is sensing in our daily life, in our science life? We, in our body, we have some important 5 sense organs. What are those? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. We have 5 different sense organs. Why these are called sense organs? We can sense them. So I can see you now. I can see my screen now. That is called sensing with my eyes. And then I can taste like if I eat a lollipop, I can taste the taste of it. So sweet. So that is done by my tongue. I can feel it. The skin. So if it is a hot or cold or hot, hard or soft, or plus I can feel it with my skin. So that is a sense of touch. And here, whatever I'm speaking now, I can hear it with my ears and smell. Ah, what a sense smell. Wow, what a pungent smell. So all those smells, where can I hear from? Where can I go from? With my nose. So in our body, we generally have some 5 sense organs, and we do different things with that. Similarly, in the Scratch, we have different types of senses. That is called sensing blocks in Scratch. So I will show you a project using sensing sprite. Let me go to Think+Early Scratch. There we go, and click on create. Yes, here. Again, cat, bye bye. I don't want you today. Let me use a beetle. Beetle, here you go, beetle. And then I'll add a fruit for my beetle to eat. Apple, go ahead. Yes, apple is here, somewhere randomly. And I want to add different fruits in place of apple. So for that, let me choose costume here. We're going to choose a costume. Go to the food sprite. I would like to add a banana to this apple fruit, and then I would also like to add some other fruits. Let me find an orange, good, and let's see if I can find another fruit. Go to the fruit, and then let me take strawberry. Wow, let me also take a watermelon. Why to leave the single watermelon over there? Here is the watermelon. So I have taken all the whole fruits. So instead of naming this as the apple sprite, I change it to a fruit sprite. Fruits. Let me choose a nice background for them to roam around in that area. Beetle, you can happily roam around. Let me take this words block. Good. Now, for the fruit, when flag is clicked, I want the fruit go to random position here and there. So go to the controls and say forever you need to move here and there. So in the motions, inside the forever loop, go to random position. In the costumes block, I have different costumes like apple, banana, orange, strawberry, and watermelon. So for that, I will use the next costume block. And I want my fruit to stay for 5 seconds at that place so that my beetle can go to that point. So for that, I will use a control blocks. Wait 5 seconds. Wait 5 seconds. Yes. So whenever the flag is clicked, the fruits wait for 5 seconds there and go to the random position, some other place. Now comes the main part, the sensing part for the beetle. So when flag is clicked, let's say beetle is going to start at the starting point. So center point 0, 0. So go to X0 and Y0, beetle. And then it's time for the beetle to sense. So first, it needs to turn towards the apple. So for that, I'm using this turn 15 degrees. In the place of 15 degrees, I'm using the sensing block. Scroll a little down, a little more on here. So in the place of stage, I'm using the fruits. And it needs to sense the direction. So sense the direction. Turn the direction of fruits degrees. So it is going to, so whenever flag is clicked, at first it's to the starting point and then it will turn to that direction. After turning towards the fruit direction, so it is sensing the beetle is sensing the fruit and turning towards the fruit direction. And then it need to glide. To that position. So take glide 1 second random position block and change it to the fruits and let it glide slowly, not too fast. Let's say 3 seconds. So now see what happens. I'm putting on the flag. So wherever the fruit is there, see I need to put one more thing. So the fruit is hiding my beetle. So I want my beetle to be on the top of the fruit. So for that, I'm using the looks block and you say go to front layer. Now let's play the game. Yes, it's working. It's working. Like this, we need to play this game continuously. And if I want my beetle to move only when I click on the space bar, so for that, so I'll use when space key pressed, turn that direction and glide to that point. So now I click on the space bar. Now the beetle is moving on to the banana. So again, I'll click on the space bar. Then the beetle moves towards the orange. Now again, I click on the space bar. Then the beetle moves to the strawberry. So here, the main important thing is their sensing block. So that's why the beetle is making a rotation towards that fruit. If not, it can't make that rotation. Okay, next. So let me save the project. Save now. So let's always save with a name. Next. So now I'll explain one more sensing block. I'll just show it how that works. In the next class, I'll explain to do that project. You have to keep waiting. Okay, see there. There, it is like the stage volume was 90. So I'm using my upward arrow to increase the volume to 100 and I'll use a downward arrow to decrease the volume. So if the volume is increased or decreased, thus this butterfly stops moving. I'll show you the 4 blocks inside. See inside. So this, it is sensing, this particular butterfly is sensing the volume of the stage. So if the volume of the stage is greater than 50 only, the butterfly keeps moving, or else it stops moving. So the volume of the stage is 20. So in the sensing blocks, the same block what I have used before, there are different options. So before in this block, I have used, instead of place of stage, I have used a different sprite because there is a different sprite here. But here I'm just using the stage and there I'm using the volume block. And then it would be able to be sense the volume. And then let me play the, so let's start with let me increase the volume. Yes. So now the volume is 70, which is greater than 50. So then my butterfly is flying. So if I reduce the volume, the butterfly stops moving. So let me show the backdrop. Yes, play sound. So let me play the sound continuously. Even though the butterfly stops, I want to play the sound continuously. Then what happens? The sound goes continuous. The volume is 20. So if it is 0, the butterfly doesn't know. If I increase the up arrow, that means I'm pressing the up arrow. It is clicking here, up arrow. So it starts moving because it is greater than 50. 60 is greater than 50, and the butterfly starts moving. So this is also sensing the volume. So we can hear that ears. Even in a scratch, it is hearing the volume. Then use more separators and all the coding blocks. You can operate the butterfly to go to random position and fly here and there. Next, let me save the program. Yeah, save now. Thank you, Scratch, for helping me to remember to save my projects. Then the next is the fourth stop. The Spider-Man shooting game is here. Yay! My sweet Spider-Man, my Avenger. Let's start the game. Yeah. Oh. So after doing this game, the nightmares, whatever was there in my dreams, all went off. I'm very happy my Spider-Man is taking care of my nightmare dreams, and I'm getting a good positive dreams now. So for that, let us create a game by uploading a Spider-Man in our Think+Early Scratch. There we go. Create a project. Now it's time to upload the Spider-Man. Choose a sprite, upload a sprite. Here you go, Spider-Man. Yes, see, he's too big. Let me decrease the size of Spider-Man. 50. Good. This is nice, Spider-Man. So before using a night background, let me show you another background to explain some parts for the program. So now I'm going to use this XY grid background so that I can show you the values, maximum values of y is 180 and the minimum value of y is minus 180. So this one is X and Y axis. I have been explaining in the scuba diving project. So it is having the y values, like if positive values on the top, the negative values on the bottom, like a scale, what we use, the ruler. So here we have the X values on the sleeping line, where we have the positive values on the right side, and the maximum X value is still 240. And Spider-Man, move a little bit down. Yes, the least value of the X is minus 240. So now I'm going to use these values for my ghosts and for my bullet to use and how they work. Let's see. Spider-Man, stay there. Let me add the bullet. So for the bullet, I'm uploading the sprite again, the Spider-Man itself, and then I'm going to the costumes of this Spider-Man, and it is in bitmap. So if I can see like this dot 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 symbols, it is in bitmap. Now I'll zoom it and move it. Okay, let me move. Let me unzoom a little bit. Okay. Yes. So first, I'm going to use this little small part for the bullet. Okay. So I'm just putting this one aside, and then zoom in, and then select the entire Spider-Man. Just delete it because I don't want the Spider-Man. I just want the bullet. So after deleting the Spider-Man in the bitmap, now I'm converting it to the vector. Now I'm using this little bullet to the center point, and then I'll fix it with the position of this Spider-Man. Okay, so let's say Spider-Man is here, and I need to put my bullet over near to that Spider-Man's web. So for that, I'll just move this thread to up, and let me move this here. Okay, come to that. Okay, Control C. Perfect. Yes, it is near to the Spider-Man's web. This should be better. So when we are doing the program, we will adjust it accordingly so that the X position, the Y position of the Spider-Man, it is going to sense. Go back to the code. So let me rename the Spider-Man first. Spider-Man. Next is the bullet. This is the bullet. So first I'll do the coding part for the Spider-Man. Very easy code. Just I need to move my Spider-Man up and down. So for that, when up arrow pressed, change the Y position. So he needs to move up and down, then we should consider the Y position. So change Y by, where is change Y by? Where are you? Here it is, change Y by 10. So going up. So now again change Y by -10. For down arrow, go to the events and get one space key pressed. And in the space key, let me put down arrow and say go to the motions and go and put like change Y by -10. Change Y by -10. There we go. So now I'm using my up arrow, the Spider-Man is going up. When I'm using down arrow, the Spider-Man is moving down. Good. Nice. It's moving. Now the coding for the bullet. So what the bullet should do, the bullet should be cloned. So how many times it has to clone? Whenever I press on the space key, then only the bullet should be cloning. So how to do that? So first I'll hide the original, go to the events block. So when flag is clicked, go to the looks and say hide, where are you hide? Yeah, hide the original Spider-Man, like original bullet, and show when it is cloned. So when it has to be cloned, then space key pressed. Okay, create clone of myself. Where is that? In the controls. So when I start as a clone, it should show. Create clone of myself. Then when I start as a clone, show. Okay, show, and what it should do, what the bullet should do. The bullet should pass towards the way the ghosts are appearing. So ghosts and the skeleton will be appearing on the right corner, like from right to the left. So this bullet should go from left to the right. So now I need to move from left to right. So left to right movement is positive values. So here 0 and 100 to 40, these are the positive values. 100, 200, all these are positive values. So for that, I will say move, go to the motions and say move 10 steps. Repeat until touching the edge. So until touching this entire edge, move 10 steps. So for that, go to the controls and get the code block. Repeat until touching the edge. Another sensing block over here. So touching edge. So touching means like you're sensing a skin. So if I touch a laptop, I can sense it. If I touch a book, I can sense it. So touching the edge, repeat until touching the edge, move 10 steps. And then what you should do is should delete that block. See what happens. If I click on the space bar, I'm clicking on the space bar, it is going and touching the edge. Okay, it is going touching the edge, but it should not stay there. It need to be deleted. I don't want the bullet when it is touching the edge. So for that case, go to the controls. And after this, we make this clone. So let us clone. So when flag is clicked, up arrow, space key press, down arrow, space key press, down arrow, space key press. See now that bullet is not able to sense the. So always that bullet is coming from that particular point where I kept. Why? Because it couldn't able to sense. Whenever the Spider-Man is moving, the bullet is not sensing the Spider-Man. So for that, I need to add another code block like sense. For that, go to the motions and go to X and Y. So go to X and Y. In the place of Y, I have to use a sensing block. Sensing block here, the one what we have explained before. So in the place of stage, I'll put a Spider-Man, and in the place of X position, I put a Y position. So then I will like to sense here. So when I start as a clone, show the bullet and go to the position where the Spider-Man is there, and then move to 10 steps. So click on the flag. Yeah. So now if I go down, yes. So now I need to adjust the costume to appear in front near to that. So let me put at this point and see. Okay, let me move this a little bit. Let's see, not a little bit up. Just we can just identify like this, or we can also use the operators, add a plus 10 or minus 10 to come near to the Spiderman. See, now I can move the Spiderman. It is coming from the Spiderman's web. Wherever I move, so if I move to the top, it is coming near to the Spiderman's web. So like this, I can use the space key, and then the bullets are appearing from the Spiderman's web. Okay, next. Next part is adding the ghost. So before that, let me save this program, like Spiderman Shooting Game. Spiderman Shooting Game. Save now. Perfect. Now let me add the ghost. This ghost is already here. I need not upload a ghost. Let me find the ghost. Yes, there is the ghost. The ghost is too big in size. Let me decrease the size of the ghost. Let me put it to 50. Good. So first I'll do the coding for the ghost, and the same code will go for the skeleton also. So what is the code for the ghost? Is I want like 3 or 4 ghosts to appear from this edge, from this like 240 here. This is the point. So wherever I put this point, I can see the value like 217 here, the X position. If I move this X position a little bit, it is X is 100. If I put X is 200, around, yeah, it is around 200, like just moving. And I just want to put my ghost at this particular point, so that my ghost appears on the right edge, and it is going to move until touching the Spiderman. So that is our code. Now, when flag is clicked, start at that particular point. Where is this? Motions. Click motions. Go to extend by that point, and then I want to make a clone. So how many times I want to make a clone? I want to make the ghost appear 3 or 4 times. For that, I use the controls block. Repeat 3 times. Create clone of myself. Create clone of myself. So I don't want my ghost to appear on the same time. So I want to wait 1 second for my ghost to appear one after the other. So I use another control blocks. Like wait 1 second. Okay, and then hide it. I don't want the original ghost to be shown there. So I'll hide the original one, but the clone one will be shown. Okay. The looks, I will use a hide block. Here is the hide block. Yes. Let me zoom up. You can see the code here. Yes. And now it is hidden. Next comes when I start as a clone. Go to the controls and get when I start as clone, what it should do? It has to show. Go to the looks and say show. Where are you show? Yeah, here, show. And then don't appear on the same point. So this why we have till 180. So here we have the minus 180. So if the minus 180 is just under the screen, what is visible here. So I just want to be appear at this area. So then I say go to the motions, go to X and Y. So X should be at 219 only, but Y should pick a random position. Random position. In the operators, we have an option called pick random. Random from minus 150 to the values of Y are the one what I have shown. The blue value is 150. So that's why I have using the X and Y backdrop. So show the values, the maximum and minimum values. So instead of 180 and 180, I just want my whole ghost to be appear. So I'm just using minus 150 to plus 150. So my ghost will appear in this X point either up or down. So how many ghosts will be there? 3, because I'm just cloning on 3 ghosts. Next, I am going to create 2 variables here. One is for score. When the bullet hits the ghost, how much score I'll get, and the speed of the ghost. So the ghost is moving from left to right. So I can just use, after starting from that point, I can just use move minus 10 steps. So as it's moving from the positive direction to the negative direction, Let me. So this is the negative value is minus 200. So from positive to the negative, I need to put minus values for the ghost. So I should say minus 10 steps. But I don't want my ghost, all the ghosts to appear on the same speed. So for that, I would like to add a speed variable. So make a variable speed and say okay. Say okay. Yeah, speed is visible there. So now I'm going to set the speed again. Set the speed, not variables, the speed to a pick random from yes minus. Let's say I want some goes to coming slowly and some goes to become fast. So y minus, it has to come from the right edge to the left edge. So minus 8, let's say. Then in the place of minus 10 steps, I'll use this speed variable. And I would also create a score variable, make a variable score. And okay. Then set the score to be 0. The score to 0. And here this ghost should move how many steps until it is touching the Spider-Man. The ghost should move. Okay, if it touches the Spider-Man, the game is over. So then again I'll use this repeat until code block in the controls. Repeat until. So inside that it has to move. Okay, repeat until. And then I'm going to use a sensing block touching the Spider-Man. Until touching the Spider-Man, you move. How many steps? Randomly. It can move like minus 2 steps sometimes, or it can move minus 5 steps sometimes. And with the costumes, the ghosts have like 4 costumes, 4 different costumes. So let me use those costumes. Looks, next costume, to animate it, I need to use a wait second block. So I'll use a wait 0.3 seconds block. 0.3 seconds block. And then what it should do, what the ghost should do, if the bullet hits the ghost, what should happen? If it is touching this edge, what should happen? If the ghost is touching this edge, the ghost should move back to the starting point. If the ghost is touching the bullet, even the ghost can't die. It's already dead. So the ghost should go back to the starting point again. So for that, I will use this if block and say if, go to the motions and get the exposition. Where is the new exposition here? If, take the operators, a less than operator. If exposition is less than minus 220, that is this point, the end, the x is minus 240 here. So around at this point, if it is the x value, the ghost is up to this point, x is minus 240, then what it should do is it has to move until that particular point. Like it has to go back to the starting points. In the top, I have a starting point like this. Right click, duplicate, and just here, put it here, and removing this little part, and scroll down and go to this particular point. So that is the starting point where the ghost is starting. So when the ghost is reaching this edge, it has to start to the starting point. Then what it should happen, if the bullet is touching, go to the controls and get another if condition, if block. Inside this, hold on, ghost, wait. Inside this, repeat until. And then if touching the bullet, what you're going to do, ghost, go back again. Okay, don't stay there. Go back. But if touching the bullet, Spider-Man, like we get the score. Who's playing the game with the score? So now comes the variable score. Change score by. So I want like 20 points when I hit the ghost. So I'll put 20 there. Change score by 20. And also I would like to make a sound there. So click on sound and go to the sounds block. And then I need to choose a sound. Click on choose a sound. Good. And I'm going to search for game sounds. And then where are your game sounds? Yeah, coin sound is good. So go to the code back and say Play sound coin until it's done. And then it still has to go back to the starting point. So right click this one, duplicate this little block and put it inside here. Yes. So after repeat until this part. So if at all, if it touches the Spider-Man, broadcast a message. Broadcast a message. Broadcast a message saying game over. A new message saying game. Click on this and say game over. Game over. And say okay. And then let me start the new sprite game over. Click on this pane. So let me change the backdrop. We are done with the X and Y positions. Let me change the backdrop first. The night city will be good because I give you range of the night. This is cool. Now I'm using a text block to do the next sprite, a game over. I would like to change the color to yellow because it is visible on night times. Brighter yellow. Yeah. So insert type GAME game over. And I also want to change the font. Change the font. Let me select this. And then let me change the font to a marker font. No, it's not too good. Let me change to a handwriting. This should be better. And let me increase the size, like game over size, like this much size. Yes, this is looking good. And what I'll do is I will just move this sprite. Let me use the selector tool and move it a little bit to the left. Yes, this should be better. Game over. So now I need to show the sprite and hide the sprite. The game over. When I need to show, when it has a stub, like when the broadcast message we get, like when I receive game over, it needs to be shown, and when our flag is clicked, it would be hidden. Go to the looks and say hide, yeah, show when game over and hide, and the game over should overlap on the ghost. For that, I'll use go to front layer. So when flag is clicked, go to front layer and stay there and hide. So when I receive game over, show, and then I would also add a sound. So go to the sounds and then choose a sound. Like game sound again. Let me search for the game, game, and lose. So yeah, this is like when I'm losing the game. So then I'll add play sound lose until done. Yes, here it is. And then after this, I'm going to use a stop all command. Go to the controls and say, where is stop all? Here it is, stop all. And then in the ghost, I need to say when I receive in the events, when I receive game over, it should also stop that script which is there inside this ghost script that need to be stopped. Stop. Or in the place of all, we have three other options like stop other scripts in the sprite. So all the scripts will be stopped. So let me play the game first and see how it is working. Click on the flag. Yes, the speed of the ghosts are changing, -4, -8 or something is changing. And then, yeah, it's working. It's working. Let me put this video here. Yeah, yes. So I also want my bullet to be appear on the top of the ghost. So for that, let me go to the bullet and say, go to front layer, go to the looks and say front layer, go to front layer. Oh, I'm sorry, Spiderman. I did not play the game and I lost. But still, I can hear the sound. Game over, and it is over the Spider-Man also because it is on the front layer. And the ghost was gone because I just stopped the script. Let me show how to play again. Click on the flag, and then there comes the ghost. And let me use this down arrow and press. Yeah. Good. Keep going, Spider-Man. Yes, I'm getting a good score. Yes. Yeah, it's hitting. That's perfect. This is working nice. Let me play it some more time. Yeah, so whenever I'm hitting the ghost, the ghosts are going back. Some ghosts are strong and steady. That's not moving up. And then it's going good here. Yes, it's working. The Spiderman game is working. And let's see if I miss hitting any ghost. What happens? Let me see if I miss hitting any ghost, it will hit the Spider-Man, and then the game will be over. Exactly, game over. Baby. It's nice. So in the demo, I have shown a skeleton too. So for the skeleton, the code is as simple as a ghost. So choose a sprite, skeleton. Skeleton is here. Okay, in the so let me decrease the size of the skeleton to 50, same like the ghost. And then let me put the skeleton at this edge. And what I need to do is for the ghost, for whatever is there, I just need to drop it in the skeleton area. Yeah, so I just need to drop this entire code of the ghost to the skeleton area. Then it works. The same thing works. The ghost also, skeleton also keep working. Will we start working? Yeah, it's working. See, but in the costumes of the skeleton, we need to just flip horizontal because it is looking that side. So go to the costumes and flip horizontal, all the costumes. So flip horizontal, and then flip horizontal and see, it's working. I can hit the skeleton too now. I can hit the ghost also. Yes, it is working. The ghost is working, the skeleton is working. Just we need to drop this entire code of the ghost on the skeleton. So here in the place of speed, I can change the value so that it will come at random speed differently than to the ghost. That's it with our Spider-Man's game today. Okay, let me save the game. Thank you, Scratch, for helping to save the project. And there we go. So today we learned what are the different types of games like indoor, outdoor, and video games. And then I showed how to download a transparent background image from Google. We need to visit that website and then download the image. And then you can use for uploading in the Scratch. And then we learned some science concept like sensing sense organs, and then the sensing concept in the Scratch with a beetle example. And also I've shown the butterfly example that the logic of the butterfly is a suspense. Wait for the next video to be appeared for that project. And finally, we are done with our Spiderman shooting game. You understood how to do the logic. There we go. Please try it. So for any doubts, please contact Think+Early. And the mail ID and the website is given on the screen. Please contact Think+Early with that details. And then thank you. Thank you so much for watching our Think+Early. Stay tuned. I'm Bobby, turning off for today. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Take care. Keep watching our YouTube live channels. Always please watch our YouTube live channels Think+Early. Please subscribe us. Thank you. Bye-bye.